Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? This episode of Level Up is brought to you by Transistor.fm. You want to start your own podcast? We use Transistor.fm to publish each episode of Level Up, and they help us distribute it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It can seem complicated to launch a podcast, but Transistor makes it super easy to get set up and start posting. They also give us stats on our most popular episodes. I love tracking the analytics and seeing which episodes you guys are loving the most so I can create better content for you. So if you have a podcast idea and want to get started, you can use Transistor as your host account, and you can get 15% off your first year when you sign up at transistor.fm/levelup. transistor.fm/levelup. Again, that's transistor.fm/levelup for 15% off your first year. Hello, my amazing Level Up family. How are you? Last week, we talked about the power of prayer. And for me, prayer has been transforming in my life. And I felt really kind of honored and excited to do that episode with you guys because, one of the reasons for me doing this podcast is just for you to get to know me a little bit more, take this journey with me. And prayer for me, it's brought me to a new level of joy, a new level of peace. And prayer is where transformation happens. It heals our heart. It renews our heart. And praying does allow us to give it up to God. It doesn't mean that we're not going to work our business, level up, do our part. But when we feel the fear, when we feel the worry, that's when the faith kicks in. So hope you enjoyed that episode. This week, we're going to completely switch gears and we're going to be talking about choosing your hard. And so when this episode is being released, because I record them weeks in advance, we are now approaching year end. Okay. So to give you a timeline, because you might be listening to a different time, we are closing out 2021. So what do you want your 2022 to look like, right? And sometimes moving the needle forward, moving our life forward is about choosing our hard. Every one of us have the best lives waiting for us. We were born to succeed. Prosperity is our birthright. We were born to be wealthy. We were born to design our life and reach our goals and create everything our heart desires. But here's the thing. So often we hold ourselves back from leveling up because we think, right? You can't really see me. You can't see me. It's in quotations. We think it's going to be hard, right? We focus on the commitment. What will the commitment part of this look like? What will I have to sacrifice? What will the time take? The effort. I'll have to do more. I'll have to become more. We focus on the things that are required of us to move the needle forward in our life. But here's what I want us all to remember. We know this, but we need to be reminded. Staying where we are is hard. Watching what your life could be from a distance and literally not doing anything about it, that's hard. But leveling up is also hard. Choose your hard because one brings joy. When I level up in my life, I feel joy, I feel pride, I feel passion, I feel excitement. So one brings joy, even if on that journey you experience some pain and discomfort and insecurity, because we're growing, we're evolving. But the end result is joy when you persevere. The very thing we fear most is the process, right? What will the process look like? What will the time look like? What will I look like? But this is what I want to remind you. That's the gift. That's the best part. The pain of not going for it, that hard, that brings about regret. Every single thing in our life is a choice, right? Everything is an exchange. Most of the times we make choices. The question is, are you okay with your choices? Are you accepting the hard or living in the hard, right? Are you fearing the hard or you're just sitting there and that's also hard? Everything is an exchange. We must give up to grow up. We must give something up that we have for something that we want. So think about things that you may really want. Some goals in your life, right? They could be house goals, income goals, weight goals. Think about lifestyles. What do you really want? Think about health. What do you want your perfect health to look like? Your body to look like? Your mind to feel like? Your relationship. What kind of relationship goals do you have? What would the ultimate life look like for you? And so often we focus on the work it's going to take to create it, like how much time. But here's the thing we forget. Time is going to pass anyway. Because we're approaching year end, let's think about this. Did you have goals that you started 2021 with? Did you make declarations, relationship-wise, professional-wise, success-wise, health-wise? Where are you in relation to those? Did you achieve them? What hard did you grow through? Did you not achieve them? What hard did you avoid? Because the time passed anyway, right? So often we focus on what it's going to take, the effort it's going to take to build it, the feeling of being uncomfortable. All of those stories, all of those fears hold us back from our greatness. But then think about it. How are we going to feel like at year end when we didn't choose the right hard? And we're in the exact same place because we avoided the very thing that was going to take our success and our life to the next level. We think it's hard, so we stay where we are. And many times that's the hard. Staying where you are, staying in the waiting pattern, waiting for the right time, waiting to decide. Take one step forward, do, build the team, get in your best shape. Be positive. Wake up early. Make your bed. I still get funny messages from you guys about the habits episode I did where I did talk about making your bed, and you guys send me lots of pictures of your bed, and I still love it, okay? Do the personal growth. So I'm going to go over a few examples, okay, of choosing your hard. Let me know what hits you, what moves you, what you relate to, and what you're moving toward. Everyone, all of us, must always choose one of two pains, the pain of discipline and the pain of regret, okay? So I'm going to go over some hards and choices, right? Choose your hard. Eating healthy. And now when I say eating healthy and exercising is hard, that's not my belief. But I'm giving a scenario of what could be beliefs and our hards to choose between. Eating healthy and exercising is hard, right? But feeling bloated, tired, and sick, that's also hard. Choose your hard. And so let's talk about health for a moment, because so often we think of what we have to give up, right? We think of, I love macaroni and cheese. I love cheeseburgers. I love these things I don't want to do without. We think of the foods that we really love. First of all, we need to realize in today's world, there's replacements for all of that stuff. In fact, message me. I'd love to teach you what I know. Okay. So it's time now. We think about the time now that we need to invest in exercising. It's easier to make something quick, right? It takes thought to map out meals. It takes effort to make sure you have fruit in your home and veggies in your home and lean meat in your home and healthy food in your home. So we think making good choices is hard. So much effort. It's so much time. Making good choices results in feeling amazing. We feel alive. We feel rested. We feel energetic. Making poor choices, that's what's really hard. When I don't eat well, I feel bloated, I feel sluggish, I feel a lack of energy, I feel a lack of clarity. I definitely don't feel as confident. Like, I don't know if it's the same for men versus women, but like if I put on clothes and they don't fit me the way they're supposed to fit me, even if they fit me, and you know what I'm saying, like they're coming off. And then like as much personal growth as I do, sometimes I get a little grouchy. And then I need to stand back and realize, what choices did I make, right, for this result? Because it's not like, let's just say it's macaroni and cheese. It's not like somebody held me hostage and forced macaroni and cheese down my throat, right? Like a lot of times it's choices we make. We lift up and we make choices of things that don't serve our body well. When I'm not eating my best, my hair and my skin are not at their best. We get to choose our hard. So the goal is to think long term. Think beyond the minute of temptation. Think beyond the minute of laziness. I feel my best when I exercise. Every night before I get into bed, I do 4 to 5 minutes of planks. It's only 4 to 5 minutes before I get in my bed. There are times, or like even last night, like it was the close of my month, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just going to skip one night. Like I'm going to skip one night. And then I'm like, okay, Deb, you skip one night and then it's going to be 2 nights and then it's going to be 5 nights. Think beyond the minute of laziness. It's 4 to 5 minutes. Get your rear end on the floor and do planks. So I feel my best when I exercise. I feel my best when I move my body. I love sweating. So like make a list. Write on the list the pros of taking care of my body, right? Clothes fit amazing, confident, energetic, sleeping amazing. And then like, what are the cons? And that's like the bloated, the tired, the lack of confidence. And that's why a lot of times when we talk about like leveling up success-wise, health and confidence, health and success, they do go hand in hand. Why? Because how we treat our body, that's how we feel about our body. It's how we love ourselves. It's how we treat ourselves. So of course they're going to go hand in hand. Make a list, read the list, remind yourself, choose your hard. So moving on to the next, consistency in anything is hard. It's hard to do something over and over and over, whether that's exercise, whether that's eating healthy, whether that's being positive, whether that's working your business, whether that's practicing kindness, whether that's whatever it is. Consistency is hard. Not being consistent is hard, right? Think about that. You go up, you go down. I'm going to exercise for 2 weeks. I'm not going to do it for 3 weeks. I'm going to work my business. I'm going to give it my all for 3 weeks. Then all of a sudden I'm going to go missing in action, right? That's hard because you got to get back up again. You got to climb up the mountain. You got to work your business. You got to rebuild up your influence. I mean, really think about it. If you're in a business where people are going to follow you, it's like they don't know if you're present, you fell in a ditch when you're not being consistent, right? So if you want to level up, if you're on a mission to expand, fall in love with the mundane. Success is having the discipline to be consistent. And that's not what most people do. But you're not most. We're listening to Level Up, right? Most people might give something their all for a period of time. That could be a day. I mean, I've had people say, this is what I'm doing. And the next day I'm like, you there? Right? So that could be a day, a period of time. That could be a month. It could be a year. So most give it their all for a period of time if they give it their all. Okay. Then they take their foot off the gas. Then they're like, things go down. And then they think about how tired they are. I've got to do it again. And here's the thing. I'm going to enlighten you. The reason you have to do it again is because you stop doing it. When we stop building, we go backwards. Momentum is consistency compounded over time. So some may think consistency is hard. Do something every day to move your success, your business, your life forward. Make the calls, put in the effort, do the follow-up, build the relationships, go for the goals, set new goals. Be consistent. Some people may think being consistent is hard. To me, being inconsistent is way harder. So some people might view it as, oh God, I have time to chill. Like, okay, like I worked really hard for 3 weeks. I'm going to chill. I'm going to exhale. But then like, it's so much harder to get that momentum going. So I'm going to ask you a question, like whatever you do for a living, right? Are there bonuses you have the ability to earn? Is there awards? Are there trips that you can earn with your company or your business? This is my advice. Commit to earning them all. So to most people, that would sound hard. You mean earning this and then doing it again, and then doing back to back? You're committing to a standard. You're raising your standard. You're here to level up. You're committing to consistency, okay? The reason why you see some leaders back to back to back to back is because they're excelling in their life and in their success, and then the trips or the rewards or the bonuses are a byproduct of the consistent activity that's showing up. When you make this your standard, when you make this your no matter what, you build the habit of consistency and excellence over time. So some may view this as hard, but when I look at trips, right, or something that I can earn like that, not taking my family is hard. Looking them in the face and declaring that, and then not them seeing me, not going for it, that's hard. Not showing others what's possible, that's hard. Knowing I didn't do my best is hard. Choose your hard. The hard of being consistent, or the hard of being on a roller coaster of a business or a profession or a sport or whatever it is as a result of not being consistent. So some things that look like more effort at the time have way more long-term benefits. So actually, I just thought of something, and this is so off topic, but the people who know me are going to like, first of all, say, I don't even know how you brought up that scenario. It really doesn't connect, but kind of choosing your heart. Okay. But it does touch on like putting in the effort. So those close to me have seen me eat a salad before. Okay. In fact, most people who know me, most people who love me, they make fun of me for it. They're like, you got to watch this. Like it's an art. So in fact, others, I have 2 grown sons. They're 21 and 17. When they're with me, they will still hand me their salad because I do it amazing, okay? So I like my salad like super chopped, like chopped and mixed. So let's say I'm at a restaurant, I order a Cobb salad, right? And the lettuce is like not chopped, but like regular, like cut underneath. And they have all like the toppings. You have the egg, you have the avocado, whatever you have. It's all beautifully arranged, okay? Now, some people might get it and just stick their fork in the salad and begin to eat it. No. Like mine has to be chopped to the point that every bite that I take has like a piece of every single topping. It has some of the dressing, whatever's on there. Like every bite is perfect. So most people are halfway done with their salad when I take my first bite. But every one of my bites are as good as the first, okay? So have you ever seen or eaten like an inefficient salad? So meaning by the time you stick your fork in, you start eating it, you're eating it, but like almost with every bite you have to cut, right? So you kind of go through it and then you're kind of left with like 3/4 lettuce or half lettuce and you've eaten the toppings already, right? Like, so I invest that time on the front end, which could seem hard, but then on the back end, my salad is good to the very last drop. So what's my point? I don't even know what my point is, but put in the effort. It pays hard. It pays off. And yes, it's hard to chop my salad every single time to get it absolutely perfect. But to me, it's also hard to eat an inefficient salad. Okay. So choose your heart. Just had to stick that in there. Okay. So now back to matters that really matter maybe in your life. So being in debt is hard. Being financially responsible is also hard. Choose your hard. It's simple to be financially responsible if you tell yourself that. Make it simple. Save before you spend a penny. Pay yourself. Pay your bills. Do all of that before you spend. Put away for taxes before you spend. Now, some of you might work for a corporation. They withhold that, right? You're an employee. They hold that. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you have to budget for taxes. It should not be a shock. We pay the government money. And the way I look at it, it's not my money to spend. Right? Yes, I do give the government a lot of money, but I'm very abundant that way. So the more I make, the more the government can have. Okay. But I put it away. I don't spend it. Spending it and not having it at tax time is hard. Right? But it's also hard to budget it in if you think you need it for something else that month. Choose your hard. Be organized. Be responsible. Say no to unnecessary things. I mean, let's think about it. Like we're closing out a year. Okay. We all have so much stuff. Like so much stuff. Like what means more to you? I love memories way more than stuff. Moments and memories. And maybe, first of all, I want to say I'm turning 50 this month, but by the time you hear this, I am 50. I'm turning 50 on December 10th. Okay. Like, and I'm realizing this in my life. It's like, I don't need stuff. So saying no to unnecessary things may feel hard, but paying for it later also is hard. Right? So I have to say, I have to give them a shout out here, the most amazing accountant, and I have the most amazing financial advisor. And so you might think, oh my gosh, to have an accountant like that or a financial advisor like that, you need to be making a lot of money. You absolutely do not. In fact, I even think that people that start at the ground up, I wish I would have really worked with them when I was just becoming an entrepreneur. I started working with them 5 years ago. This way you could be like, I was not prepared. I didn't prepare as well as I could have. And you know what? I share this information now with a lot of people because there's no such thing as a mistake unless you don't learn from it. They have made my life so much easier. And I dreaded what that was going to look like before I had my first phone call, before I had my first meeting. But it's so simple now. So again, if you want either one of their names, message me. Life-changing, worth a conversation. And I'm all about abundant mindset. Like I love nice things. I love Gucci. I love Louis Vuitton. I love Chanel. I love vacationing. I love going out to eat. I love nice things. I am a river, not a reservoir. So I love things to be flowing. You can be abundant and financially responsible. You can believe that money flows like a river and make good choices. Like some of the choices, tithing first. You guys, if you listen to my prosperity, you know that that's my belief. Saving first, paying bills first, like before you spend, right? So choose your hard when it comes to finances, because the more prepared you are, not only for now, but as life goes on, it's amazing to get organized and be prepared, okay? Getting up every day early to some is hard. To me, not having that magical hour in the morning when no one is up, that's hard. Not having the hour to pray, to read, to journal, to affirm, to practice gratitude, that's hard. Some may think that carving out that time and committing to that time is hard. Waking up early is hard. But here's the thing, to me, being thrown into my day without taking care of me first, that's hard. Choose your hard, because both dictate your day. Both create your attitude for the day. Choose your hard. The extra hour of getting up early in my day creates 23 magical hours for the rest of my day, okay? I'm in a business of sales. It took skill and learning that I had to learn. Some would think starting something new that you don't know anything about is hard. Handling objections is hard. Handling rejection is hard. Growing through lids is hard. Being vulnerable is hard. Pushing through adversities is hard. Growing and learning and evolving is hard. Getting up after you have taken a fall is hard. All of that has some truth, but I don't see it that way. You want to know why? I chose my heart. I chose my heart. This is the way I see it. Commuting back and forth to work, for me, that's hard. Doing something I'm passionate about isn't hard. Getting up at 6 a.m. and leaving in the cold, because I used to do that, that was hard. Working for someone else, that was hard. Having someone tell me how many sick days I can have, that's hard. Having someone else tell me how many vacation days I can have, that's hard. Someone telling me that I can't be home from school when my kids are sick, that's hard. Having somebody else determine my worth, that's hard. Somebody else deciding what's best for my health, that's hard. Someone else making my schedule, that's hard. Not being able to be there with a family member who is sick or needs me, right? And then I can't be there because I don't have days off, that's hard. Anytime I feel like my business is hard, I read the list above. I'm reminded I chose my hard. I love my hard. My hard has made my life easy. I live a life on my terms. People have said, like, what you do isn't easy. And my reply is, it's worth it. I live a life on my terms. I travel anywhere I want, whenever I want. I work my business from my phone. I can be where it matters whenever I want. It was all worth it. It was worth it. It's hard to build a business from the ground up. It's hard to have vision when others don't see what you see. It's also hard to work for someone else. Choose your hard. It's hard missing some things for your kids when you're out there building a business that you know will benefit your family. It's also hard having student loans. Choose your hard. Living in your word for yourself and your goals when the temptation to do something else or be with your why is so there. I get it. It's hard. But letting your kids see you let go of a goal and not push for it, that's also hard. Choose your hard. We have one life. We have no dress rehearsal. Hanging around people who are toxic is hard. Breaking away and leveling up is hard. Choose your hard. Listening to others whine, blame, and gossip is hard. Choosing to be the interruption that focuses on love, that's also hard. Choose your hard. Going for a goal when you are 100% positive you can achieve it is hard. The pain of not going for it and not growing is hard. Choose your hard. Giving up is hard. Perseverance is hard. Don't be afraid of the wrestle. It's how we learn. It's how we push ourselves. It's how we know what we're made of. Excuses are giving up in disguise. We can hide behind our excuses all we want. We will feel the hard. Perseverance feels hard, and then it turns into this beautiful butterfly. When we choose the right hard, the pain is temporary. And how do you know it's the right hard? Think about it. Which one do you want? Which one is right? The moment you decide is pivotal. You know what you need to do. The time to do it is now. Growth isn't easy. Life will never be easy. We aren't here for easy. We're here to level up. You can always choose your hard, but choose wisely because your mindset matters. You'll always be faced with a choice. Which bridge are you ready to burn? Which one are you ready to cross? Crossing this next bridge to go to where you desire takes discipline. It takes being willing to do the hard. What you desire most lies in the work that you're avoiding. Our goal is to look back and know that you chose your life. You didn't settle for it. Remember this, everything is hard before it's easy. Choose your hard. You can do hard things. What is it you truly want? What's your purpose? What's your passion? What are your health goals? Take time to sit with yourself. Listen to your heart. Listen to your potential. What are you creating this year end and next year? What hard are you going to lean into? We are here to do more, to be more, to love more, to learn more, to give more, to inspire more. And every single time we feel comfortable, when we feel safe, it's that nudge to remind us to go for our next hard. On the other side is magic. And here's even more good news. The more we choose the right hard, others believe they can too. You have the ability to inspire other people. That's the gift. We're ending this year. We're beginning a new year. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You want a different result. We want a different result. Choose a different hard. Okay? So next week, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to talk about vision and vision boards, like creating one, creating a new one, your next one. I'm going to go over how I make mine. The more specific you are, the more clear you are on your vision, the more intentional are actions and results. So do me a favor, friends, because we are ending this year. Like, I want to hear from you. I want to know the hard you're choosing and what's at the other end of that hard. Tag me, find me on Instagram at levelup.Debbie Neal. And also, like, in the reviews, like, if you're loving the show, like it, give it a 5-star review, leave a review. Let me know the hard you're choosing to come into 2022 and have your best year ever. Love you all, my friends. Thank you for being here. This was our first year. We're coming into our second year, and I'm so grateful that you are such a special part of the Level Up community, the Level Up family, and that we are here together. So wishing you all a very happy, healthy, safe, prosperous, abundant, and magical new year.